Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to day 17 in the Four Bodies Challenge. I'm so grateful to have you here. And today I want to talk a little bit about our spiritual body and our spiritual connection. And this idea that I've been playing with recently, in the last few days actually, around slowing down, because it's my truth that this connection to our spiritual body is felt when we allow ourselves to slow down. And the reason why we can feel it more when we're moving more slowly and we're more grounded is because it's felt in the spaces between our thoughts. And if we're always in this energy of go, 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 and take action and think and figure out, then we can so easily lose this connection to our spiritual body. And this connection is really, really powerful. When you are in awe, when you're feeling good, when you're feeling connected, these are all signs that you are in alignment with this and that you're tapped into it. I don't believe that you lose this connection. I believe that you always have this connection. It's always there. But sometimes you forget. And when you forget, you can end up in the mind, you can end up too much in the mental body, overthinking, feeling anxiety and stress and overwhelm. And these are all signs that you are not remembering your spiritual body, not giving it space, because it's always there. It's always trying to communicate with you, I guess. Like there's always this spiritual part of you that is trying to guide you and help you and communicate with you. And only can you hear it and lean on it and feel its support and its guidance and its love when you slow down and you get into those spaces between your thoughts. So you hear this a lot, like slow down, breathe, and I think it's somewhat lost its significance and its meaning because we hear it so much. I don't think we fully understand or fully practice or integrate what it means to slow down. And this isn't about necessarily a formal meditation practice. This can be a great way to kind of tap into that and practice the techniques that we can then embody in our day-to-day life. But this is about a way of living, a way of moving through life where we are more in our body and less in our head. And we're listening to the wisdom of our body because our body holds so much wisdom for us. And it holds a lot of the answers as well, and it can lead us in the right direction. When we get into our body, it can feel uncomfortable because there's a lot of sensations going on there, and some of them are wanted and some of them are not wanted. And we tend to do things to distract us from being in this grounded state because it can feel uncomfortable. If we want to heal from anything, be that physical or emotional, we really need to learn to slow down and access the wisdom of the body and allow ourselves to go into the sensations in the body. So this is very deeply connected to the emotional body as well. As always, the four bodies are so connected. And when we can slow down and tune in, we can start to become aware. So I think it's good to look at this in two different parts. The first one is the awareness that we create around what we're practicing within our body. So in these spaces, you can start to notice what energy is there, what feelings are there, and what needs to be processed and released to make energetic space for more of what you want to come into your life. The other side of this is that you can start to empower yourself in these spaces by programming with intention and with feeling. And when you put out your intentions into the spiritual world, into these spaces between the thoughts, this is when you start to receive the guidance in the form of intuition, in the form of the body speaking to you. And I understand that this might all sound a little bit kind of out there or hard to comprehend, a bit woo-woo, but it always is going to have this feeling about it because it's not possible to really put this into words to understand it. I've said this before, and I had this conversation actually with a client yesterday, and she was trying to explain something about her spiritual connection. She couldn't articulate it, and I said, I understand you, because this is not something that can always be put into words. Like, it isn't, because it's beyond words, it's beyond the mind, and the words are the language of the mind. So it comes down to feeling and sensation. And that's why it's really important to slow down so that you can drop into the body and get in tune with these feelings and these sensations. So we have this aspect of figuring out what we need to become aware of and then release. And then we have this aspect of programming our bodies with the intentions and the things that we want to experience and move towards and manifest. And this really does encompass a lot of the bodies. It's a full body experience, so to speak. It's about tuning into the emotions and the thoughts, and then letting the wisdom of the spiritual body speak to you so that you can be guided to figure out this stuff, to release the old and to bring in the new. And when you have this connection, it's incredibly, incredibly powerful, and you can move from where you are to where you want to be so much more quickly than if you just use your logical mind to figure stuff out. So I want to encourage you to take a look at your life today and take a look at this idea of slowing down and really, really go into it rather than just seeing it as something that people are always telling you to do. I want you to fully kind of grasp this and start to embody it, because it's really, really powerful for our spiritual connection, for how we're feeling, for our nervous system, for our mental body, for the emotions that we're releasing and then inviting in. It's all so connected. And when you start to embody this feeling of slowing down and you give yourself permission to slow down, life unfolds in a much more magical way, and it unfolds in a way that it's really working for you. And it becomes a lot more effortless. And I totally get that this is really hard to do because of how we are programmed to believe that we should be doing stuff. And, I think society is very much the other way. Like, you've got to be planning and taking action to get results. But if you make this your priority, this connection your priority, this relationship between you and your spiritual body and the spaces that exist between the thoughts, the silence, the space, the slowing down, whatever resonates for you, if you nurture and make this relationship a priority, it's going to really, really impact the things that you experience and attract, and the goals that you have, the desires that you're trying to call in, are going to come to you in a much more organic and effortless way. And this is a practice, right? Because we are definitely programmed the other way to be more focused on the physical and taking action and trying to manipulate our outside environment to get us what we want or to get us to where we want to be. But it's about remembering. So it's about slowing down, because in the slowing down you can remember and you can come back to yourself and you can lean back into that support and you can feel the magic or the connection or whatever it is that you can feel in that space. And it's very comforting, I think, to start to build this connection and feel supported and know that you can come back to this. So I'm going to provide some journaling prompts today that can help you to explore this idea of slowing down and start to really embody it and understand how it can benefit you. And look at your life and have an honest inventory of the things that are maybe taking you away from this and causing you to be more in that kind of almost anxious fight or flight energy, and then the things that are allowing you to slow down and find that space, and just set some intentions to show up a little bit differently and explore the different ways that you can integrate this into your life. I think this is incredibly simple, which is why it can be so easily overlooked. And as I said before, you hear it a lot and you maybe don't fully integrate or understand it. So I'm hoping that with these journaling prompts, you can start to get a bit more curious and uncover some layers around this that are going to help you and give you that deeper connection to your spiritual body. It's so, so powerful. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you back here for day 18. Have a wonderful rest of your day.